How's it going, guys? This is Trent from No Nut Clarity, and in the spirit of Pride Month, I just want to talk about acceptance as a whole. And if I get a little bit rambly, just forgive me because this is a bit of a loaded topic, but in general, I do support the LGBTQ plus community. And I support them as a straight male. And you probably think, like, well, it's being straight have anything to do with it. And my retort to that is that I have a lot of friends who are a part of and support the LGBTQ community. And when I tell you that I went to a market for the community, that pretty much everybody there welcomed me with just like love and friendship and overall good hospitality, it just made me just feel some type of way. It just made me feel happy. And nobody was like, oh, you're straight, ill, you're probably just here to judge us. Like, no, like, people of all shapes, sizes, genders, fashion preferences just came to gather around and hang out like it's a typical day, just making friends, having fun, just selling cool shit. And it didn't matter who you were or what you were just there to have fun. You could be they, them, he, him, she, her, I'm him, fucking gay, straight. Like, whatever you are, you're just there as a person amongst other people who just wants to be friendly and accepted. And that brings me to how weird it is, how there's so much hate. And don't get me wrong, every community has their own bad apples and stereotypes, but there's literally people out there that don't like people because of their religious beliefs or because of how they were raised. And even beyond that, I saw a comic that had a guy, I can't remember the artist's name, but he had a guy in a truck with a MAGA hat on that was looking at group of people in an LGBTQ meeting, well, not meeting, just people hanging out, and the guy was just looking at them like, look at them, the gays, they're what's ruining our country. Like, it's not that serious, and it goes beyond just being resentful and hateful against the LGBTQ community. God, I'm so bad at saying all that in one sitting. But like, tell me why there's still racism and people who are super prejudiced to this day. Why is this still a thing? Like, in my case, I identify as I'm black, like black as hell. Like, I'm crispy black. Like, you turn off the lights and you may not ever find me again black. And that's okay. But tell me why people look at me like I've never seen a black person before. I know other racial minorities struggle, and I'm not going to downplay that. But speaking as a black American or melanated American, if you want to be eloquent with it, I'm aware of all the things associated with how people who are black are portrayed by the media, showing the minority of black people as like dangerous criminals. And usually that's the 1% of black people you see, which is going to be on the news and whatnot, like the fried chicken eating, watermelon sucking, grape juice chugging, box stealing, and all that shit. And it takes away from the majority of black people who just live as people with their own culture. That's not exclusive, but you only see the 1% of that being portrayed on the media, and that's what a lot of people understand. And this isn't a video specifically about like, oh, take down the media, but no, it's something that we see a lot in our lives throughout social media and just how people gossip about it. And then it's like, oh, hello, I'm a black person. And it's like, oh, I'm intimidated by you. I'm just like, oh, why though? Why can't you just accept me as another human being instead of just being, oh, black people bad? And that hate gets spread too. No matter what race you are, there's always the person that's like, look at them, the Mexicans, them whites, them Asians. Which brings me to another topic. Like, people have so much time and energy and brain power, and yet they use it to hate instead of do something useful. One of my friends I talked to recently put it in a very good way, better than I could ever put it, because I'd be silly. But she said that, like, people have 75 years to live, if that. Sometimes more, most of the time less, because people just eat shitty. I don't know. People don't take care of themselves. But why spend the majority of your life, your average 75 years, having hate in your heart for people that have nothing to do with you based on their race, gender, sexual preference, body type, religion, non-religion, and the list goes on. And what does somebody 25 states away having like a gay marriage have anything to do with you just because it's a sin? Like, newsflash, there's gay people who are religious. Got him. But, and also like how we have laws that ban women and people who had the capacity to become pregnant the ability to have an abortion. Like, sorry you didn't want to keep the unborn baby that was forced upon you by someone who abused or violated you without your consent or control. But my beliefs say, fuck you, just don't get violated next time. Like, why? Separation of church from state is like a complete facade. But that's a whole nother discussion. And people aren't really kept with the truth, so I'm just going to keep that at bay. But it just goes to show that, like, people just have so much hate for other people that have nothing to do with their lives. For what reason? And this video is also not trying to get big into religion. But yes, religion does play a big role when it comes to the acceptance of all people. Because it is not, while it's not the sole reason, I'm not advocating to, like, oh, ban all religion. But it's less about specifically religion and more about the people, the specific people who have the hate in their heart, who aren't just about letting people just be who they are. We still have sundown towns. We still have Nazis. We still have the fucking Confederacy. That reign only lasted like what, like less than 10 years? Like, really? We still have anti-LGBTQ groups. God damn it. Oh. And let's not pretend that after Black Lives Matter, you suddenly have replicas being made out of spite. Like, no shit, all lives matter. That's not the point. Let people be black, Asian, Mexican, minority or majority. Let people be gay. Let people be whatever gender they want to be. Let people be fat or skinny. Let people just be who they want to be. As long as you're not hurting anybody, why care? Let people have an abortion. Like, it's not affecting you. You're not the one who has the fucking baby you don't want in your stomach. So, why? Let me calm down. The world would be a much better place if we just learned to leave each other the fuck alone if we don't like something. Or at least be open-minded enough to learn about other people before being blinded by what the 1% of the bad apples in the group show or are being shown by the toxic-ass media we see all the time. Like, we're all still humans. Let's treat each other better or at least coexist. Like, the world may not be all sunshine and rainbows. There's always going to be some negativity, some misunderstanding, some conflicts, whether between individuals or groups. But I've seen enough to know that there's enough negativity to circle the world like 1,000 times. But positivity in comparison to that is scarce. But it's there if you look for it. And honestly, I hope to spread as much of it as I can. Even though I'm not perfect, with these videos, I do certainly try to, or at least give people the opportunity to start thinking more about these issues that happen and try to find a way to be better. And I hope that even if it's minor, that watching and listening to this has helped you at least view or change your perception of how acceptance is, even if it's minor. And again, I hope anybody watching this has been able to have a better perception of acceptance, or at least has thought about it. Like, I hope that you genuinely have accepted somebody or something new in your life, or had an open mind towards something you may not have liked before, because you never know what you're going to like or who you're going to end up liking, whether it be something minor like music, or whether it be something major like you may have not liked a certain type of people, but you've open the door to talking to them and you just learn that it's like, oh, I actually do like them. Sometimes you never know till you at least try and not just be jaded by what you're raised to believe or what you see in media to believe. Sometimes it's better in person. Of course, with common sense in mind, it's better sometimes in person to just experience it and accept others for who or what they are, whether you want them in your life or not. you don't have to hate or dislike people and be spiteful against them. Sometimes you just gotta just let them be. Sometimes it's not worth worrying about it. Like if like your relative is gay and you don't really care for it, then that's fine. Don't care for it. That doesn't mean you have to shun your relative. They're still your relative. They're still human. Like, what does them being gay with this have anything to do with it? But again, accept others who they are, help those that want to be helped, and hold out hope for those that need it but are unable to ask. And just remember in general that it's nice to be nice. Happy Pride Month, and I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been Trent from No Nut Clarity, and peace.